Yes, everybody, we are rolling. Thank you so much for tuning in, turning on with us today. This is the Rebel Hippies Show. We are your host, Space Kamp. Each and every Monday, we are right here at thepeer.org to help you get your week started on that high vibration. We're going to give you the what's happening in the reggae community. You know that. Get a little wake and bake with you. Maybe give you a tune or two to get your week started right. Of course, if you haven't already, make sure you please subscribe and like. My name is Adoo. That's my best bud over there, Oskee. Oh, we got a special guest with us today, bud. You excited?
Oh, look, first of all, I'm not excited. I am energized. You know, I don't like that excited word, but I am very energized. You know, this dope artist from West Palm Beach we're about to bring on. Can't wait to introduce her, the Miss Ciara Lane. Let's get her on in.
Yeah, Lane, how you doing today?
Good. How are you guys?
Oh man, we're fantastic. It's a
Very
pleasure.
Good.
Pleasure. How are things down there?
What was that?
How are things down there in Florida?
Things are good. Things are good. Very it's actually kind of chilly out right now, which is not the usual, but it's better than being super hot. But yeah, things are good.
That's true. I just came actually from Florida. This past week, I was recently with my buddy Doobie over there doing some stuff, man, you know, music. And when I went on the flight home, I was like, wow, this is preparing me for what's in store in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
You know, it's 20 degrees over here on any given.
Wow.
Yeah. Winters are rough, you know.
I don't think I can handle that.
Florida's been cold this week, though. It's all not all sunshine this week.
Yeah.
We call Florida bipolar because it could be 90 degrees one day and then 60 the next day.
I'm just getting used to it. I just moved I just bought a house in Florida a year ago, so I'm brand new to the state.
Wow.
I like it so far. But yeah, the weather is odd for sure.
Yeah, well, as Article Sound System would say, welcome to Florida.
Super group.
So Ciara, the whole reggae community is kind of talking about you right now, being a breath of fresh air. And just tell us a little bit about your early influences, how you got into making music.
Well, to start, I don't know. I tried many different hobbies, and music was the one I connected to the most. And I didn't even envision myself in the beginning getting into any sort of scene. I didn't even know where to start with that. And one day, one of my another local musician reached out and gave me some pointers, got me my first gig. Shout out to Jacob Tacos. But it was like in the early days, and even now as well, like the local community was just such a pivotal point of like getting me where I am now. And I've always been so welcomed into any scene that I've found myself in, and I'm super grateful for all like the opportunity. But yeah, a lot of my influences were just the people around me. You know, I would hear somebody sing one thing that I wanted to do, and I tried it and it worked. And so that's where a lot of my earliest influences come from. I'm gonna set my phone down. It won't stay. Hang on.
Oh,
okay,
no worries. That's dope, man. That is dope.
So, were you singing from a young age? Or did you just kind of?
Yeah, I've been into singing for as long as I can remember, but I didn't pick up an instrument like besides like in band in 4th grade or whatever. But I didn't pick up the guitar till I was about 11 or 12, which is a little bit late for some people. You know, most kids get into their instrument when at an earlier age, but I think it was like perfect timing, and it was right as I was starting to get into like actual music and getting out of like the listening to boy bands and like kiddie pop music. And fun fact, I started out playing metal music. Like I was into like Metallica and all that. And those are a few of my first songs I ever learned how to play. And so that's what really like, I was an emo kid. That's what got me into the music. So, but now here I am playing dream pop, surf rock.
Listen, man, your music's super groovy.
Thank
man.
you. I appreciate that.
Like right around the same time, 12, did you take up writing like probably shortly after? Like when you picked up an
instrument? Actually. I never really considered writing until I started until I started playing like locally at bars and stuff. And I actually started writing because I figured out a new guitar chord and I was like, this is cool. And then I was just like, okay, now I'm going to try and write my own song. And I don't even remember the first song that I wrote, but we actually still play the second song I ever wrote. It's called Talk Too Much. It's super, you know, I don't release it. I don't have any videos of it up, so no one knows what it sounds like, but we still play it at some of our live shows. But yeah, I started writing probably when I was around 15 or 16, actually. So it was some time after I started learning how to play. It was mostly me just playing along to rock songs on the guitar. Or I don't even think I really started singing and playing until I was probably 14. So it was definitely a period of growth until I started writing.
That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. Can you? What?
Go ahead. Oh,
I was gonna say, can you explain the creative process of you writing? Like how do you go into it? Like what motivates you? What inspires you to write the music you do?
Yeah, it's definitely, I always think about like a writing process, and I almost feel like trying to give it a method can sometimes hinder me personally. Like if a method works for someone else, great. But for me personally, like if I try to like put, you know, a formula behind it, it almost comes out forced, and it almost comes out like something I feel like I should write rather than something I actually feel.
Yeah.
So usually I'll either hear like a series of words or phrases and it'll resonate with me and it'll turn into a song, or I'll play some pretty chords and then from there build like a little guitar part and then build a song around that. So, you know, sometimes I start with words, sometimes I start with music. It's definitely a little bit different every time.
Keeping it fresh. How did you get involved with Lowell Records?
So I was actually friends with Cashed Out for a while before I got into the scene, and we actually produced a few songs together. One of them is unreleased, but one of them is Little Things. So Cashed Out, Greg and Nick specifically helped me produce that one, and Greg and I did a little bit of co-writing. But they're associated with Law, and they actually put in a good word for me. So shout out to them.
Yeah, dope dudes, man.
Yeah. So it's I'm very grateful.
That speaks to this community and this scene.
Yeah,
a lot of different genres and a lot of different things. Artists are they keep everything very close to their chest. They don't want to share.
Absolutely.
They don't want to see somebody, you know, they look at it as a threat, you know. And the beautiful thing about this scene in this community is we're trying to all uplift each other. And when we see someone with talent, I think everybody, fans, artists, everybody wants to get behind talent and see everyone kind of shine.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've seen it too. Like even when I was younger, before I even played music, I was going to shows, and I actually, who was it that I saw? I think it was Pepper and Slightly Stupid was one of my first reggae shows I went to. And it was just like being in the crowd was like super mesmerizing, because it was like, wow, all of these people, like we have no idea what is in each other's lives. And, you know, we're all super connected to like what's happening on stage and here to like uplift each other, like you said. So it's definitely a great community, and I'm definitely grateful for, you know, the people that I've met along the way.
Yeah, and you met some pretty dope dudes, like you said, Cashed Out. You met them before, and you worked with them, and also you worked with Roots of the Creations and the Expendables on False Alarm. That's a dope track. Were you guys
that was
in the recording studio together for that?
What was that?
Were you in the recording studio together for that?
No, I recorded that remotely down here. Yeah.
How did it feel working with them, man? Because those are two dope groups.
Yeah, it was really cool. I didn't work so much with the Expendables. They already kind of established their part, and I was almost I wouldn't say it was like super last minute, but it was definitely like more of like a what else does this song need kind of thing, and I hopped on and threw in some harmonies, and it definitely like pulled it all together. Not to talk about me, but just to talk about like how, you know, their song their songwriting's really good, and Brett told me the story of the song, and it like really tied it together for me. So big respect to them. But yeah, it was a really easy process. They're so nice and they were super patient with me, and you know, we knocked it out pretty quickly, and it was definitely like a nice, pleasant experience working with them.
Yeah, man, that's a really groovy song, man. And you also did some music with Little Stranger, right? Lemonade.
I did, yeah. We just released Lemonade yesterday.
Yes,
so,
man, so dope,
yeah.
so
Little
dope. How was it
Stranger is
working with him?
probably one of my favorite groups I've worked with and just as friends with. Like there's some pretty rad people, for sure.
Awesome. So what's actually, you know what? I have a super important question now. This is very important. I don't know how we didn't start with this. I didn't start with this.
Usually, Sierra, we start with the very important questions, the ones that people want to hear. You know, they're standing on the edge of their seats, waiting. Like, what is Sierra gonna say, man? I need to know.
Yeah, I'm a foodie, and we start off every interview asking the important questions about nutrition and food.
Right.
If you could eliminate one food off the face of the earth so no one ever has to eat it again, what are you getting rid of, Sierra? What food are you getting rid of?
That's a tough question. Wow, I don't even know. Like, I can't go and say like foods that I don't like, because like I don't like mushrooms, for example, but it's like mushrooms are super important to nature, so it's like I can't just say no, don't ever eat mushrooms. Like I take supplements, I don't eat them, but I don't know, I don't like olives.
Get them out of here.
I'm not a big fan of olives. No. maybe most seafood. I'm not a seafood person, so maybe that. I don't know.
The fish
it's a tough question. Or maybe something weird like liver or something. Why would people want to eat that? It's gross.
I'm also with you. Get that out of here. I'm cool with that. Leave the fishes alone. No liver. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, no liver, because I actually recently found out that fish are sentient beings. So let's not get rid of the fish. Let's keep the fish.
Let's
just not eat them. Keep the fish, but don't eat them.
That's true, man. Let the fish do their things, man. You know, they belong to nature. Let them roam in the ocean.
We know more about.
Just keep swimming, you know.
Yeah, we know more about space than we do the ocean. Isn't that bizarre? We live here.
Can I share a fun fact about that?
Absolutely.
NASA I forget what year it was, but I think it was sometime in like before the 80s. Or I could be totally wrong. I have no idea. Ignore the time frame. But I found out that NASA originally was ocean exploration, deep sea exploration. And then they stopped, and now they're researching how to get off the planet. So what's down there?
that and also they probably didn't get very far. They probably went down there and they couldn't learn anything.
Right. They were like, what? Yeah. They either found something or they found nothing. So now they're like, okay.
We got to get out of here. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's a crazy fact.
Sierra, what do you have coming up? What's going on? What's the happenings?
So tonight we're playing with Article Sound System, Bikini Trill, and the Resolvers at Janice Live here in St. Pete. And tomorrow we're with them again in Stuart, Florida at Terra Firmata. Okay. And coming up in the beginning of March, we've got a little short run with Bumpin' Uglies, and we have Okeechobee Fest, which is going to be amazing.
Ooh, yeah, you're doing your thing. You're doing your thing, as you should. As you should, man. The music is great. Continue success. And also, tell me about it. How is it traveling with those guys? You know, because we love them all. We love them all over here.
It's like I've only done a few tours, and they've been short ones, nothing more than a week, but it's already been such a great experience just being on the road with other musicians and seeing how the world works as far as touring and stuff like that. And I still have a really long way to go and a lot to learn, but what I've learned so far has been super important, and it's really opened my eyes to what I could possibly make for myself. And it's been a really humbling, but like, hello. Okay.
Yes, we're here.
Sorry.
No worries.
It's been a big teaching moment for me, and a really I'm bad with words. Anyways, it's just been a really fun experience, and it's been fun. It's been stressful at times, but it's definitely been great, and I love it.
Yeah, man, and you get to see it, man. from a whole different lens, and also build relationships with Bikini Trail, man. Build relationships with Article Sound System. We're two different dope groups, man. And it's great to just be able to like go get some lunch with those guys and like talk about
Absolutely.
music and pick their brains and maybe write a hook or a song and just do all that while you're on the road together. Because that's where it really comes in, man. That's where like all that love and all that energy and all that beautiful music gets made, and it's those small moments you get to share with different people, man, that love to do the same thing you do.
Absolutely. It's definitely, and like I said before about community and like it being such like an influential thing for my growth, and like it's the same even now, just on a bigger scale. It's like being around like-minded people is what, you know, is really gonna get you far and gonna inspire you, because you can obviously like you can work on things by yourself and you can try to create something by yourself and it's going to turn out great, but it's like there's so much more when you're sharing an idea with somebody and you're feeding off of each other, and it's definitely like a whole different perspective that's super important and crucial for the creative process.
Yeah.
Very well said. Very well said. Very well said. Wise beyond your years.
Thank you.
So we end every show, we give everybody a song that we started our day with to kind of get everybody the juices going, get the engine revving for the week. If you would like to add a song that gets you going, it doesn't matter who is it, when it came out, who it is, any song that you love. What do you want to start today, bud? Or you want me to go? What do you think, bud?
I'll start it today.
Please.
I got no problem with it, man.
Please tell me.
I will tell you right now. It's gonna be FKJ
playlist right now.
No.
Hold on. Pause it. Sarah, he said, I'm gonna go first, and then he looked over to see. What
no. I looked to the
Sometimes
sky.
you need a reference.
I need to the sky because I don't want to mess this guy's name up, but it's FKJ and Masego. And the song is called Tadow. Oh,
we play that song. We love that song.
Oh, you do? That song is man. I would love to hear you guys play. I gotta catch you live.
Did you know that FKJ stands for French Kiwi Juice?
That's what it stands for?
Yeah.
Wow. I did not know that. That dude is so dope. He's so dope.
He's sick. So you should definitely watch the video of him doing a live version of Ylang Ylang, his EP. It's just such a dreamy video of him doing it live. It's awesome.
I gotta watch it, man. I gotta watch it. Because he does everything himself, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, he does.
He's dope, man. He's dope. Young kid, man. Super dope, man. Go ahead, Doobie.
I'm gonna take it back a little bit today. I'm going Matisyahu One Day. This is how I started my day today. My kids were running wild, and I was thinking to myself, my kids are already playing together too much. Yahoo.
Nice.
One day I need to separate these kids for at least an hour.
That's amazing.
He preached his wisdom a little too hard.
A little too hard.
My kids took it literally.
Let's see. What song do I choose? Any suggestions, guys?
What's up, guys?
What's up?
They're laying in bed right now.
As they should be, man. You know, you guys are getting ready.
I'd have to say a song, Empire Ants by Gorillaz and Little Dragon.
Gorillaz, that's your boys. That's your boys.
That's my son's favorite group. He's 7 years old.
Yes.
Yeah. I showed him the first Gorillaz video, and he went on like a whole thing, man. Like
that's me when I find my favorite band. I'm like, okay, how much can I learn about these people? And
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's a beautiful thing, man. So make sure you guys listen to those songs. We're gonna put the links in the comments. Sierra Lane, it was a pleasure having you, man.
Pleasure talking with you guys. Thank you for having me.
Yes.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. We look forward to watching you continue to shine and continue to rise. Everybody, make sure you follow and subscribe to Sierra Lane. All her links are going to be in the description.
Oh, yeah.
Check you out next week. Make sure whatever you do it the very best you can. Break some rules. Spread some love. We'll see you next week. Bless.
Bye, guys.
Bye.